Hey sightseers, Sightseeing Sally here, and Marty, he's sitting in the truck. You know, being his usual happy-go-lucky self.
Oh yeah.
We are in Morongo Valley, checking out Joshua Tree and some of the other surrounding communities, looking for old relics, curious signs, and anything else that strikes our fancy. You know, the usual. In Yucca Valley, you can still get your appliances repaired by the Maytag Repairman. Look at that old neon sign for the Sands. It reminds me of the type of old neon you used to see in Vegas. A lot of people normally think of getting their kicks on Route 66, but here in Yucca Valley, you can get your kicks on Route 62. Unfortunately, though, you won't be able to get your dinner on. Right now, they're currently closed. Of course, if you get hungry, you can always get yourself a jelly donut. In the Joshua Tree, Yucca Valley area, there's no shortage of old campers. Canned hams, ham in a can, whatever you want to call them. And if you really love old campers, you can always buy this. A 1953 35-foot Redmond that sits out in the desert by Joshua Tree. It may even be the original, the trailer that was used in the Lucille Ball movie, Long, Long Trailer. Before moving on to the town of Joshua Tree, I have two more signs to show you. Over here we've got the sign for the Sky Drive-In Theater, which is no longer in existence. Instead, you can attend a swap meet here year-round. Drive a quarter-mile south down the road from where we last were, and you can find the sign for the old Sky Harbor, which now houses a realty. But judging by the building's exterior, I suspect it used to be a motel. Even a broken clock shows the correct time twice a day. To get to Joshua Tree, you'll be driving down the Blue Star Memorial Highway, which is California's tribute to the armed forces that have defended the United States of America. For those of you interested in getting an adult beverage while you're in Joshua Tree, you can stop at Mike's Liquor, Beer, Wine, and More, and admire the vintage signs while you're at it. Walking around Joshua Tree, you'll find a number of quirky shops and a few roadside attractions, including the Beauty Bubble, a salon and museum. In addition to the Beauty Bubble, Joshua Tree is home to the world-famous Crochet Museum. These actually look like some of the clothes my mom used to make for my Barbie when I was a kid. You remember those days, right? When kids used to play with Barbies? Funny Barbie story. Back when I was a kid, I thought if I cut my Barbie's hair, the hair would grow back. But guess what? It didn't. This artwork looks vaguely familiar. I suspect the artist might be the same one in Bombay Beach. Unfortunately, it's closed and we can't go up in there today. Talk about getting your disco ball on. Got this old camper here. I don't know if it's a vintage Airstream or what, but I thought I'd poke my head in, and this is what I discovered. The Art of Moby Dick, formerly of Landers, California. What the? Is it just me, or do those look like something that shouldn't be appearing on YouTube? Well, moving along, seeing as I know how Marty is about art, let's go say hi to Big Josh. Big Josh is one of the few muffler men that still dot the landscape in the United States. And he happens to be hanging out at the station in Joshua Tree, which happens to be closed today. Since we're exploring the town of Joshua Tree, we thought we'd stop at the National Park Visitor Center and take a quick peek inside. And yet, the gift shop is open. Does that make any sense whatsoever? Are we saying that you can get COVID from looking at a museum exhibit and not from purchasing something in the gift shop? Because that's the message I'm getting. Another one of Joshua Tree's iconic places, the Joshua Tree Saloon. There, if you ever come out to Joshua Tree, you can find my sticker on the wall. Moving on to 29 Palms, we've discovered the sign for the KB Mart where you can get your liquor, cocktails, and dancing on. Special thanks goes out to all our fellow sightseers here on Patreon and PayPal. Without you, these videos wouldn't be possible.